It's your boy Deezy. If you haven't already subscribed to the channel, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, and share this video. If you had a child that you put in position to get into the industry, to become an actor, that you felt was talented, and they get in position doing good things and good at what they do, but the instructor was manipulating them and abusing them, how would you feel? These situations happen so often that it's so outrageous when you think about it that a person of this kind of power would take advantage of a young kid when they have dreams of becoming something, to disrupt their life and their mental forever. Because in a situation like that, you can never get over that. You can never forget that. Why is it though that the people of position take advantage of the younger people in this sense? Like, is it because maybe they were taken advantage of when they were young, so they're just repeating the behavior? Or is it that it's just so common when these people get in position that their mind and their sick thoughts go to being sick towards young people? Because the young people don't have the mind to say no, because they feel that they gotta listen to someone that's supposedly helping them reach different levels of a career. Now, when I was reading this, the guy came to the police, Josh PECK, and being as though that he was a teen, they kept his name anonymous. So the guy, Brian PECK, was charged for this crime, but they kept the child anonymous because they didn't want to put his information out there. And the guy, Brian PECK, went to trial and was, pled guilty. He pled guilty. He didn't go all the way to trial. He pled guilty. And he received 16 months. That's it. For doing some sick acts with a kid that looked up to you, that had dreams of becoming a star and was a star, but looked up to you, and you take advantage of the kid. The kid will never be right again, and he's an adult now, but he'll never be right again because of that. And then they say that 41 people signed letters of support for the acting coach, Brian PECK. And the victim is Josh PECK, but they're not related. It just seems to me that all the people in position have hidden agendas. And their hidden agendas are so sick that the people that they're doing these things to don't want to reveal them because they have hopes and expectations of becoming something, and then later down the line they come out and say that this person did something to them. But this was 20 years ago, and now they just made the docket series, The Dark Side of Kids TV. So I'm sure there's plenty of other kids that have experienced this and probably still experiencing this. To become famous, this is what you got to go through. The way they take advantage of people that are eager to be on TV, to be musicians, that they see want fame, is messed up. And you got to look at these people like they're really sick to want to fondle with the kids. And this is a little boy that he's fondling with. Even if it was a girl, it's not right. To want to fondle with a kid is just beyond sick. And it's like with certain people, they keep certain things under the radar of what they did, and certain people, they just want to put it out there. Now, this man did this 20 years ago, and now the files are just being made public. That's kind of crazy. So I'm wondering, was he still working in this field? Or did they X him out of the field? It probably was like a team of them that had displayed these behaviors that really were sick. And it says John Peck broke his silence on investigation discovery. Docket series which put Drake and Josh co-star Drake Bell in the spotlight. The actor musician reveals he had been sexually abused as a child by his dialogue coach while working at Nickelodeon. I finished the Quiet on Set documentary and took a few days to process it. I reached out to Drake privately, but I wanted to give my support to survivors who were brave enough to share their stories of emotional and physical abuse on Nickelodeon sets with the world. Children should be protected. Reliving this publicly is incredibly difficult, but I hope it can bring healing for the victims and their families, as well as necessary change to our industry. Everybody is saying this about the industry. How is it going to change? This is something that's being repeated over and over about the industry, how sick it is. You got to go through certain doors to make it. You got to sacrifice your body parts. You got to do weird stuff to make it. And if you don't indulge in the weirdness, then they're going to throw you away. You won't make it. This is what everybody's saying. And the people that are saying these things, they try to make it look like these people are crazy. Why is that? Why is that everybody that exposes the behavior in that world has to be crazy? They're not sane. Do they ever expect these things to change? How can it change? Now, from what I see is the world doesn't want it to change. We as the people looking at it as being sick do, but the world doesn't want it to change. Because if they did, they know how to stop certain things. When they want things to be regulated a certain way, they regulate it. When they really don't care about it, certain things continue. It's like they're okay with it. Until it's somebody that's close to somebody that's up there. Looking at it, right? Why would you want your kid to be a star if they would have to experience something like this when they're not in your presence? Do you really want your kid to be on TV if that's what they got to go through? The guy took advantage of these people, man. And this is something that they're going to have to live with for the rest of their life. They got to live with this forever. This is something that will never go away. Ever. And it's sad, man, that it just continues to happen. And nothing is done about it, as in changing how this goes. Like, this is him right here. They all look sick when you take a look at them. It's a 4-part series. Which premiered on March 17, features interviewers with former cast members and crew as they discussed the alleged toxic and abusive behavior that occurred behind the scenes of their hit show. Among them, Drake and Josh star Drake Bell, who alleged PECK repeatedly molested him when he was a child. In 2004, in connection with Bell's case, PECK pleaded no contest to a charge of oral copulation with a minor under 16, as well as a charge of performing a lewd act with a 14 or 15-year-old. PECK spent 16 months in prison and was mandated to register as a sex offender. As the docuseries explores PECK's history with Nickelodeon and the alleged allegations against him, here's everything you need to know about where he is now. PECK got his start in entertainment industry as an actor, appearing in 80 films such as Return of the Living Dead and a hit sitcom Growing Pains, on which he was a body double for Alan Thicke after appearing as Pickle Boy on All That. He was hired as a dialogue coach working with Nickelodeon on various projects. During the 1990s, he appeared in various children programs as both an actor and a dialogue coach, including Boy Meets World, Kenan and Kel. So he was on there with Kenan and Kel. I wonder if they're going to come out and say something about it. Because these people be so sick. They get involved so heavy with it, they just don't know where to go with it. They everywhere. And then it comes out that they did it to this person, did it to that person. In addition to television, he continued to work on notable films in the early 2000s, including serving as an acting coach for Holes starring Shia LaBeouf and a dialogue coach for Love Wrecked starring Amanda Bynes. On August 19, 2003, PECK was arrested for 11 counts, including lewd acts with a minor, per a press release shared by Los Angeles Police Department. At the time, the LAPD said the investigation into PECK began 2 weeks prior when the minor's family reported that PECK had molested their child over a 6-month period. The LAPD said the lewd acts with the minor occurred approximately 2 years ago at PECK's residence when he was coaching them, but did not reveal the victim's name. It was later revealed to be Bell. Okay, so this is Brian PECK, James Morton, Will Fiddle, photo Bobby Bank, wire management. Okay. Sick. Look at him. He looks sick. In 2004, PECK pleaded no contest to 2 of the 11 charges, including oral copulation with a minor under 16 and performing lewd acts with a 14 to 15-year-old. He was later sentenced to 16 months and was mandated to register. In the doc, it reveals that several notable actors, including James Marsden and Boy Meets World star Ryder Strong and Will Friedle, wrote letters of support for PECK during his sentencing. It's not clear how much about the charges were known, but those who spoke out in support of PECK at the time. Now, these people wrote letters for him in support, and maybe they wrote the letters because they didn't know exactly who it was and they didn't hear it from the person. But this how you know it's just so corrupt over there. Because if someone is charged with this type of act with a 14, 15-year-old kid, with any kid, why would somebody write them a support letter? Let them deal with their own situation. Why would you write a support letter for someone that was in that position? How do you support someone being charged for messing with a minor? Crazy. Marsden, Strong, and Fiddle did not immediately respond to requests for comment from people. However, Strong and Fiddle previously addressed the letters and their appearance at the sentencing hearing on their podcast, Boy Meets World. During the podcast episode, Fiddle said that PECK had ingratiated himself in his life and that he had turned them against the victim by misrepresenting the charges. He added that looking back now, he believes that he was sitting in the courtroom on the wrong side of everything. So a person that is a master manipulator is going to manipulate the victim and anybody that's next to him to persuade them to agree with the things that they want you to agree with. So he manipulated the victim to do these 6 things to him, and then manipulated the friends of the victims to be against them, I guess making it seem like they was lying. But he pled no contest to it. After serving his sentence, PECK was released from prison in 2005. A year later, he was hired by Disney Channel to work The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody, starring Dylan and Cole Sprouse, where he did voiceover work for 3 episodes but had no interaction with the cast or crew on set, per Variety. The outlet reports that he was immediately terminated after Disney Channel learned of his conviction and his voiceovers were replaced. So the only reason that they replaced him was somebody was complaining heavy about that. Because for him to get out and get hired, I'm sure they knew that he was in the situation he was in. So the only way that they were going to fire him is if multiple people complained about it. That's why he got fired. He didn't get fired because of the situation. If it was kept underground, they would have kept him there. They wouldn't have fired him. But somebody pushed the pin on that situation and made sure that it was noted that they had a sex offender involved. That's why they fired him, though. Because I'm sure they would have kept him on. They would have never hired him. They knew who he was. The information was public. The information was public. And it says, even after getting terminated from Disney Channel, The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody in 2006, PECK continued to appear in a variety of projects, including 2008 Bedtime Stories, 2015 Freak of Nature, and the 2012 series Anger Management, per his IMDb page. His last role was in 2018 for a miniseries titled Animal Showdown. Today he reported resides in Los Angeles, California. Now, think about that. They knew that he was a convicted sex offender, right? They knew this. The man was a convicted sex offender, but they still insisted to put this man on multiple shows in the Disney World. That shows you how much they care about when your child is in this environment. That lets you know that they don't care. It's business. It's millions of people in the world that want to act, that want to be involved in this type of field. But they choose these same people that'll manipulate your children, that'll do sick things to your children, and they continue to hire these people. Why is that? Why is it that they're willing to put these people back in position after they've been convicted of this type of behavior? Because honestly, they don't care. It's about money. I guess he's the only person that qualifies to do this kind of work, when it's millions of people in the world. Because of his history, makes him the most best candidate for this. Now, when he takes advantage of someone else's child, it's just going to be, oh, he was wrong. He shouldn't have done that. No, the people that put him in position to have the ability to do this again, they are the ones that's wrong. Because the people in position are indulging in the same behavior as I see it. Because there's no way that as time goes on that more people continue to come out and say that in the industry they was molested, they had to do certain things to be in position. Is that something that people really look up to? The industry? When it's filled with a whole bunch of sick freaks? How do you expect people to get through life when they're so damaged because they've been fondled with? This is something daily that these people have to deal with, and they go on the docket series talking about it. I'm sure they had nightmares over and over about these things, because this is something damaging forever. And this guy is just, you can look and see how sick it looks at him. Just look at him. He just looks like a sicko. But they'll put these people in position. All this talent in the world. It's millions of people in the world. It's plenty of people that can do the job that they put him in position for. But they feel that, I guess he won't do it again. He's not going to make the same mistake again. But they'd say a person with a felony can't get hired to do certain things, as if you sold drugs in the street. If you sold drugs in the street, they won't hire you. But these people will touch kids and they'll put them back in the same industry. How does that sound? What sense does that make? It doesn't. Because that shows you that they really don't care. It's a numbers game in life. That's all they concerned about, is the numbers. how they're going to make money. If some people got to suffer through the process, then it is what it is. But I guess us as a whole don't understand that. We get to bigging these people up. People that have money and that are the face of certain things, they're looked at as gods. But then when it comes out that they done all these sick things, now they turn into the devil in people's eyes. When the whole time that they were getting praised, they were sick. They needed help. But they didn't have any intentions on getting help. Because that's their behavior, to manipulate and abuse. This is the world we live in, man. The industry is not what you think it is. The people that are in position are put in position for a reason. And a lot of celebrities that may be not where they want to be at, they reveal why. Because I didn't indulge in the program. I didn't put myself in line with the program to do what everybody else is doing. That's why I only made it but so far. If I would have found myself indulging in the program and being with the process, I would be a lot further. And then you see the people that are at that level looking like they don't say nothing. They don't even comment on it. Because they know what it is. They see what it is. It's just that. Either you get in or you don't get in. That's just how it goes. Until someone amongst them gets tired of them, right? That's when they want to reveal the information. Yo, this person was doing this to such and such. And you hear it over and over. This person was taking advantage of this person. They need to put a series out about this person. You see how Diddy is going through so much now because they got tired of him being so cocky. They knew what he was into. These people at these levels, they know who's into what. That's like the people that are into the streets in their environments, they know who the street people are in their environment. They know that. So these people are in an industry where they know who is who. They know what type of person is this. People knew Harvey Weinstein was who he was. They knew this. But it just took the right situation to get him up out of there. That's it. It's going to be like that. Sometimes they'll let them just go because they really don't care about what's going on. It's just that when you get in the way of something that they have planned, now is your time to exit. If you don't get in the way, they'll let you go longer. They'll let you continue to do what you're doing. But if you get in the way of something, now it's time to expose you and put you out there to get you out the way. To let you know that It's our world. It's real sick out there, man. It's sick out there, man. And they've been doing it forever. This is something that has been going on from the beginning of time. Yeah. So, and now in life, you see more and more people that have been in position, the information is just being exposed about them because some people are just tired of just sitting around and allow these guys to feel like they got this kind of power. And as you see recently, more and more people have been experiencing this. They have been experiencing the information coming out about them being sick freaks. But I don't think that these things will ever change. I don't think that things will ever change because they allow it to continue to go on, especially when they hired this man back. They hired the man to do several jobs after they knew his situation, but then justified it as if he was doing voiceovers. He wasn't going to be around kids, I guess. When you do certain things in life that you know you ain't supposed to do, if you do them, you don't care afterwards. You don't tell yourself, I'm not going to do this anymore. And if you do, you do it anyway. That's the attitude that these people have. When they do these things that they know are at a level of the most high sickness, they still continue to do it. They don't care. So you got to be mindful of putting your kids in these situations, man. Everybody out here trying to chase money to live. These are the elite jobs in the world. But they're the jobs that cause the most pain and trauma in your life, because of the sickness that goes on inside of these jobs. Wow, man. It's just like, wow. For real. Send your child to acting school to become an actor for them to be taken advantage of, for them to be molested. It's crazy. It's real crazy. But I just don't understand, how do they let these guys get the same jobs back? I really don't understand that. These guys get the same jobs back and they continue to put these guys in position as if they didn't do what they did. Yeah. You got to really pay attention, man. When you put your kids in these type of work environments, you got to remember that they still kids. You can't be letting them act like they're adults, because the people in these environments are going to take advantage of them. They're going to take advantage of them, man. It's like so sick that they continue to put these people in these positions, man. And then you leave your kids around these people. You just leave them around the people. Like, these people are just trustworthy. You don't know them from nowhere. You meet them and you feel that they got this kind of position that it's okay just to leave the kids around them. You should look at anybody funny that wants to spend so much time with the kids, especially that's not theirs. Why do you want to be with the kids so much? What makes you want to spend so much time with them? But yeah, man, leave a comment. Let me know what you feel about this, man. Why is the industry continuing the same cycle over and over and over and over and over? Why hasn't America put a stop to it? Do they want to put a stop to it? Let me know, man. Leave a comment. It's your boy DZ, man. It's not about the setback. It's about the get back. Now.